The following content is for entertainment purposes and does not truly reflect any of the universities mentioned. Best believe I hope you came prepared, because this one is going to be a strong one and you're going to need a drink. Let's expose every single top Russell Group university in the UK. If you don't know, there are 24, and yeah, let's get into it. We're going to start in alphabetical order as not to prioritise any university over another, because we're like that. Birmingham. It's about as average as it gets. And does the Midlands even exist? Tell me down below. Bristol. You convinced your parents to let you go there because it's a respectable university, but we all know you went there because it's the drug capital of the UK. Cambridge. Are you looking for crippling stress, poor mental health, and a lack of diversity? If so, Cambridge is the place for you. Cardiff. They'll accept literally anyone who applies. Like, grades don't even matter there. And do you want to go to Wales? Durham. In Freshers Week, you'll bond with people over which Oxbridge College they were rejected from, and you'll be speaking to posh southerners who live off daddy's money. And there's also no international recognition because they don't do medicine. If you don't know, I go to Durham myself. Edinburgh. So you wanted to go to a Scottish university, but St Andrews didn't let you in. Well, sorry to say, but I guess you stuck with Edinburgh. Just the mediocre, less good version of St Andrews. Oof. Make sure you bring a coat because you will freeze to death otherwise. Exeter. Do you want to feel out of place? Sorry, I forgot. You went to private school. You'll be fine. Don't worry. You'll be fine. Oh wait, you didn't? You didn't go to private school? Oh. Well, I mean, I'm sure Exeter will love you, yeah. Glasgow. Let's face it, you went through clearing and now you're stuck with a 4-year course instead of a 3-year course. Well, sorry. Imperial. If you don't have 7 A stars at A level, you will fail first year. Oh, and you'll be bottom of your class. King's College London. Let's face it, you wanted to go to a London university, but you didn't quite have the grades for any of the other ones. Leeds. You only went there to party, didn't you? Liverpool. Wait, Liverpool's a Russell Group? LSE. I hope you're looking forward to being a broke bitch, because everyone who goes there either has a trust fund or their parents are international billionaires. Manchester. So you think you're edgy? No, sorry, you just like sniffing lines. I get it. Newcastle. It's just full of southerners in the north who want a cheap nightlife, and that's about all. Nottingham. You do realise it's an hour to walk into the city centre, so if you're not an athlete, then I wouldn't bother. Oxford. Hi, welcome to Freshers Week. Here is your 3,000-word essay that's due yesterday. Queen Mary. Who? Oh, you just want a University of London degree. Okay. Queen's Belfast. Let's face it, you've only applied there because you live in Northern Ireland. No one else actually goes there. Sheffield. You only went there because it's easy to get into for a Russell Group university. Southampton. Be prepared for students who feel entitled about literally everything. And the university is relatively mediocre as well. UCL. I hope you're excited for crippling debt from living in London and making no friends, because you can't make friends in a university halls in London. Warwick. So you got rejected from your science degree at Oxbridge. That was a letdown, and just like Warwick is also a letdown. There's nothing going for it. York. So you applied for a lovely city. Oh, but wait, you didn't realise that the city centre is miles away from the actual campus at York. And what, to make matters worse, they call themselves a collegiate university, but their colleges are literally glorified halls of residences. Well, those are all the Russell Group University stereotypes, but wait there, before you go anywhere, before you call me out, there is always a second side to the story. What we have just discussed, they are all rumours and stereotypes, and for the most part, they're literally made up out of stupid small things that happen at university, and they're definitely not representative of a whole university experience. So, we're not going to cover all the universities I've just mentioned, but we're going to cover a few as examples as to how these rumours are literally just wrong, fake, like, as Donald Trump would say, fake news. Let's start with Cambridge. Cambridge is literally one of the best universities in the world. Like, yes, it's going to be stressful, but I think a lot of the people who go there are the ones that can actually work and deal with the workload, and the ones that they interview who get in are probably the ones that are best prepared to go there in the first place. Also, terms are only 8 weeks long, so there is chance of a break at the end, potentially. But you are a part of history, and Cambridge is one of the most recognisable institutions in the world, so you could say that it's worth having the kind of short-term stress for the long-term goals, but at the end of the day it is a personal choice, and some would say it's worth going through that. Next, let's have a look at Durham. Personally, I go to Durham, so I can speak from personal experience here. Whilst a lot of people are Oxbridge rejects, it's mainly because Oxbridge and Durham have so much in common. They are all collegiate systems, and Durham is an actual collegiate system. It's not kind of like a fake one as such, and it is actually a really good university, and there's a reason why people come here. And not everyone who I've met is actually applied to Oxbridge. I think that's a bit of a misconception, but I mean, I have definitely bonded in Freshers Week over which college you kind of get rejected from Oxbridge. However, it's one of those things that you kind of speak about in Freshers Week and then you never speak about again. Like, I wouldn't say it's a defining part of being at Durham at all. I think a misconception is that Durham is just full of posh people, and I can't say that I know that many posh people. Like, I'd say the majority of my friends come from state schools. It's easy to find your niche of people. You literally just have to kind of join those clubs and societies, and you will meet those kind of like-minded people. Next, let's talk about Exeter. Exeter is definitely one of the nicest university campuses I've actually been to. I love their campus, and they also rank really highly among so many subjects in the UK. Imperial is often considered one of the best universities in the country, sometimes placed above Oxbridge. It is truly an outstanding institution. Whilst, yes, people who go there are extremely smart, extremely clever, if you get in for a reason, and that is because you are one of those smart people. So take that and kind of run with it, take and go with it, and yeah, you're smart, but that's cool. Let's talk about Leeds. Leeds is full of some of the smartest people I know, and they're kind of like the cool kids who went to Leeds. Like, they know how to party, but they know how to work extremely hard as well, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I feel like you need to strike a balance between being able to work hard, but also being able to kind of like party and enjoy your downtime as well. Like, not everyone who goes there has to party, like, I'm not saying that, but I think it's definitely got a reputation of having a good nightlife, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, that's good. Next, let's talk about Newcastle. Newcastle is honestly one of the most underrated universities in the country. Some of the buildings there are absolutely gorgeous. The city itself is wonderful, and I feel like people who haven't been to Newcastle may give it a bad rep because they don't know about it. And yes, it has cheap nightlife, but that just makes it all the better. Oxford, much like Cambridge, is one of the best universities in the UK. And yes, they may give you essays in Freshers Week, but they're likely not going to count towards your overall degree grade. So even if you don't do well in them, it's not going to count. Like, it doesn't matter. And everyone else is in the exact same position as you. Plus, you're part of history being somewhere like Oxford. It is the oldest institution in the UK for higher education. Also, the colleges look incredible. Oxford is one of the nicest places to study in the UK, 100%. It'd be criminal not to talk about one of the London unis, so let's talk about UCL. UCL, you're literally in North London, a really nice area, I'd say. And yes, you may end up having more bills to pay, and it may cost more, but you get a higher student loan. It goes up for living in London, so it does account for that, so you can hopefully stretch to afford it. I feel like London unis get this stereotype of it's harder to make friends just because it's a bit more disjointed in its nature. However, if you still sign up to the societies and clubs and you get involved, 100% you can make friends, and that goes for any university in the UK. Like, if you put in the effort, you will get it back as well. Plus, you're in London, it's a cool city, it's amazing, and they do some really niche courses. Plus, there are loads of international students that go there. It's literally like a global university that is recognisable anywhere. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now. There are so many great places that you can study in the UK. There are stereotypes and rumours about every single one of them, but for the most part, they're not true. And at the end of the day, wherever you go, you'll likely learn to fall in love with it. Good luck with applying, good luck for your first year, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like down below, subscribe if you're new and want to see more from me. I do university content all the time, so it would mean a lot if you could check out my channel. And yeah, I will catch you in the next video, I guess. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Come to Durham, it's amazing.